Hey everyone, it's Q&A Friday, not Tuesday. I wanted to apologize for being a couple of days late. I just returned from Vegas actually the beginning of the week. However, I did have to catch up on some of my eBay stuff. eBay is my priority right now as being my cash flow, so needed to take a little bit of priority, so I apologize about that. First, I wanted to thank everyone that came to the first meetup that we had this past weekend. And I feel very humbled that you wanted to choose to spend your morning with us at the beautiful Vidara in Las Vegas. I feel very inspired to hear everyone's stories actually, and to hear what everyone wants to do with dropshipping. So I hope we all sort of inspired one another, and I hope that we all decide to stay in touch. We'll love to see where everyone is in the next 6 to even 1 year. The question for today is actually a very important question that I got a couple of times, and also I got it at the meet as well. This question came originally from Raul through one of my messages through email, and Raul says, I have a customer wanting to return a product. It is a buyer's remorse. However, the item is not damaged, there's nothing wrong with it. However, when they did open the return, I'm unable to actually charge them restocking fee because they selected the option of item damaged or item not as is described, or anything that's basically the seller's responsibility to take care of it. And in that case, the seller cannot charge 20% restocking fee. How can I charge this 20% restocking fee for the customer that clearly the item is not damaged? It's just clearly a buyer's remorse. Well, Raul, actually, there's a lot of customers that they're quite smart and know how to use the system and try to avoid paying for the 20% restocking fee. Sometimes actually the customers, they just simply don't know how to use the system, and they open a return as a mistake. They don't open it as buyer's remorse, or they just simply put item damaged, item not as described, and so forth. So in that case, a seller through the system, through eBay, through the return process, you're unable to charge the 20% restocking fee, which kind of blows. So the way you can handle this, actually, there's a great workaround that a eBay manager has advised me to do so. So the way you do it is, you go back to the customer and you simply confirm with them the type of return that it exists for this particular product. So you basically apologize to them that they're unable to use the product. Of course, always be kind to them. And they advise them that they're actually responsible for the 20% restocking fee as the item is not damaged. It's buyer's remorse. However, I would not mention this in an email. Try to formulate your email in a way that benefits the customer. So the way I would formulate it is, of course, again, apologize to the customer, advise them that you'll be more than happy to work with them to return the product, and you'll be more than happy to provide a return shipping label. However, as per the policies, the return policies that eBay states in your listing, they're responsible for 20% restocking fee. Make sure you get this in writing. Make sure you get the customer agreeing with it. And if they do sort of are wishy-washy about the return, just point it out in your listing, your proof and your facts as to why there's nothing wrong with the item. To give you my personal experience, I had a customer purchase a travel bag for a stroller. However, it's not the actual travel bag for the stroller. It's a travel bag for the bassinet, right? And so my listing, in about 6 or 7 places in the listing, it's mentioned that it's a bassinet. I've actually underlined it. I've bolded the word. Also, the title doesn't say anywhere that that's a stroller. It says that it's a bassinet. So it was very clear in my listing that this travel bag has nothing to do with a stroller. However, the customer was very adamant about it. She said that she wants to return the product. She feels it was a false advertising. And the way I approached it was, of course, I apologized to the customer again, and I just pointed it out in my listing. Bulletproof number 1. This is where it states that. The title states this. Also, you can see on the second paragraph, we also say this. Basically, I wanted her to see that it was a bassinet, and nowhere in the description it would say stroller, which he didn't. So, of course, I got the customer to admit that they were wrong, and I've politely advised them that I'll be more than happy to provide a return shipping label for her to return the item back. However, she is responsible to pay for the 20% restocking fee. Great. So I got this in writing. She sent it back. It was confirmed to be sent through the tracking number, through the return process. And the way you go about of getting your 20% back is you get the customer's email address, which you can find it in the sale, in the eBay sold view, or you can find it on your PayPal. Very easy. If you have any questions about how to get that, I'll be more than happy to help you. So you get the customer's email address and you PayPal them, you send them a partial refund. So you calculate your 20% for that from the total amount. So you send that partial refund to the customer. The way you do that is, of course, you go PayPal, you go money, send or request money, which is found on the left-hand side of the page, send money to friends and family, and to the customer's email, and so on, send the partial refund, and you refund the customer. Make sure you write down your unique refund transaction number, because with that transaction number, you will be calling eBay in about, I would say, 3 to 4 hours after you do the transaction. I'm more on the safe side, so I wait about, I would say, half a day. The systems apparently are very slow in updating and getting the right information. So what you do, you contact eBay and you advise them the following. The customer opened a return. You have confirmation in writing that the customer is responsible for the 20%. You have partially refunded them through PayPal. You provide them with the transaction ID to basically prove to them that you've done so. And you request that this return that they've opened to be closed. So what they do, they go on the back end, that they check out to see if you're actually correct about it. They see through the transaction number that you gave them to see if the refund was processed. The refund was processed, and they go ahead and they close the return in your favor, and they return the full amount. So I guess for the half a day, you will be kind of paying out of your pocket, partial refund for the customer. But of course, like I said, this only takes a couple of days, a couple of hours, and you'll be getting your money back. So that's about it. If you have any questions about this process, it's pretty straightforward. Just make sure you get confirmation from the customer that they're responsible. Make sure you have proof. Always be nice to the customer. And eBay will definitely close this return in your favor and return the money. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. And for those that celebrate Easter this weekend, I hope you have a great Easter and you enjoy it with your friends and family. And of course, as always, happy selling!